to show you what we do when we design a crown. This is a crown tooth 2-6. It has already a root canal treatment. So that's the reason we are doing the crown. The tooth already had a bit of a broken part restoration. It was falling apart, so we decided to do a crown to make sure the rest of the tooth holds. Now on the buccal, the tooth has dental structure. But on the lingual over here is all fillings. I am just drawing the margin. The person who has done the person who's done the work, like has done the cutting and prepping, they would know best where the margin is. But you can see when I zoom in, here is where the margin starts. There's like a step there. Areas that are equigingival or subgingival are the most difficult. So if most of my crown is subgingival because it's broken or it has a problem, I would definitely take an impression and send it to the lab, because what I'm using is Omnicam for Cerec. The scanners nowadays are still, unfortunately, not so amazing that they could recognize the margin under the gum. Omnicam, in my opinion, which is from Cerec, is adequate. It's not fantastic. I have used iTero, not great for restoration, amazing for everything else. And I have also used TreeShape years ago. TreeShape was amazing, was fantastic, but it wouldn't really, at the time, it wouldn't talk very well between the milling machine and TreeShape, so I had to go with Cerec. The issue with Cerec, as I said, is that the scanner is not so fantastic that you could see under, kind of subgingivally under the gum. But if you're not cutting subgingival, it's a very good tool to get the crown ready for your patient fast, avoiding second injections, potentially temporaries, and a lot of trouble. All right, this is ready. So when I go next, the machine itself will design a crown for me based on the neighboring teeth and opposing teeth, and kind of gives me an idea of what should be there. There you go. Now you also want to make sure that the machine and the software is very much updated, because it'll make it much faster for you. Wherever I have baby blue, I'm going to add a little bit, because that means that that area, the crown's going to be thin. And here we go. And here. Over here is fine. And then wherever I have an island of green or red, I'm going to remove, because in those areas it means that it's too much contact. There you go. So see, it still hasn't gone to baby blue, which means I'm not being too thin on the crown. But on the other hand, you want to make sure, yes, the anatomy is great, but the tooth that has had root canal treatment, more than a great anatomy on the crown, needs not a lot of pressure on it, flat cusps basically. All right, that's that. Now I'm going to remove the jaw and just have a look at the restoration. With your contacts, again, you want an island of green in the center, not that big, because then the crown wouldn't sit, wouldn't go in. Here is better, just a bit less, and we are ready to go. There you go. That's the crown, right? I bring back my model. upper jaw. That's my lower jaw, so there you go, everybody's happy. Now I'm gonna send this to be milled because I have checked occlusal, I have checked contacts with neighboring teeth, and it's ready. The material being used is Emax. It's a little bit of update, so I don't know what's where. There you go, that's what I'm looking for. Here we go. So it picks the size that it thinks is best for your crown, but I have size 14 in my machine, so I'm gonna change the size. And then you press start, where I'm gonna take you and show you what happens next. Sorry guys, I'm just, oh, I'm on live. That's okay, can you put it in?
Just there's a problem seeing.
No. So it, yeah, just put it in.
The black doesn't go inside as easy as before. I don't want to push it hard.
Have you tried a different block?
I tried the A2 one, but it was the same. I don't know. Or it's 16. We usually use 14.
No, we
The
use
other one-
14, but the issue is the same. Okay, can I have, maybe the screw is too tight in it. Yeah, it went in. Yeah, the screw was in too tightly, so it wouldn't let you go. Okay, so here we go.
So that one is A2.
Oh.
You already told me A3.
Yeah, thank you. Here we go, and here you can see that the crown, the design that we did for 2.6 CAD-CAM came here, and the machine is being ready, and it's going to start cutting the crown off. Okay, I'm gonna go that way so you guys can do whatever you want to do. All right, so this is something I both that I, to be fair, regret is rubbish. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I have few minutes. Otherwise, that's how we make a dental crown in-house within, let's say, an hour or so using Cerec. As I said, if you've missed it, I did say before that I don't really recommend it for subgingival crowns. Like if your margin is going subgingivally, I don't recommend it. But if it's supragingival, if it's an easy crown basically, it's a very good machine to have. So it really depends on what use you're going to put it in. If you have any questions, ask me. I'll give it a moment. If not, gonna go. How long it will take to finish the crown? So depending on the material you're using, here it gives me an estimation. Let me show you. Right now with Emax, right? See, it says 12 minutes. And then when we are done, I'm going to also put it in the furnace. I was gonna say fry it. Put it in the furnace. The furnace will basically cook it, right? So it's going to crystallize it, give it that color. Emax is purple. The block itself is purple, so it doesn't have the color that you want. You have to put it in the furnace to get the color. You have to also put it in the furnace to crystallize it and make it strong. So for this procedure, it's taking, let's say, 13 minutes. and then another half an hour in the furnace. If you're quick, I would say within 45 minutes to an hour it's ready. If something goes wrong, it takes longer. So if there's any technical issues, if there is any problem with the software, you know, you're on your own in the clinic. There is no lab and your patient's waiting outside. So you want to make sure that you call them in when you promise them and put the crown on. If something goes wrong and you have to redo the crown and add another hour to it, they won't be happy unless you have communicated this to them and said, listen, if there is a problem, I'm going to send this to the lab and you get a temporary. In that case, that's fine. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'm putting this on. There you go. All right, now I can do my work. All right, seems like there's no more questions. I'll see you in my next live.